wasn't it? What was you doing? Oh, early birds, afternoon all. They're going to be starting at 3 o'clock. So thanks for the early birds for joining me. Stay on the line. We're going to be here for about 20 minutes for talk about politics of plants. So we're not due to start till about 3 o'clock, and I'm probably going to wait for a few more people to join in with us all. But yo, Marjorie, hi, and whoever that else is, hi. Is that you, Lavinia? I'm not sure, but whoever it is, hi, and thanks for joining me. So give me a few minutes with this techno stuff. Fat finger syndrome. All done. Okay, hey, everybody. Who's the Metal South End? Walk on. Oh, let me see. Oops. And they're the things I was trying to avoid. Fat finger syndrome and all things happening. But it happens. So if anything does happen like that, please, people, bear with me. As much as I'm a video artist, I don't like being on the other side of the camera. Can you believe? So, I hope you're all having a good day, or had a good day so far. 3 o'clock coming up. Yeah, my day's been pretty cool. Pretty chilled, to be honest. I may say boring, but nah, it's never boring. But it's a pretty chilled day. And yeah, I've been tuning into some of the other Future Network shorts from, was it Mahoo and apologies, my boy, the digital stuff earlier on, what was really interesting. I hope likewise mine will be. So who else is with us? I'm not even going to attempt to wave back at you apart from the visual wave because wary of things jumping off screen and etc. etc. So yeah, we're going to be talking about politics of plants, as I said before, but it is early days, so we'll wait it out. What else have I been doing today? Not a lot of stuff. Funding applications. Surprise, surprise. Much like many of the artists. I haven't been in much of a creative mood, so I haven't done any kind of digital art today. What else? Did get outside for a chat. Yes, 3 o'clock. Okay. Let's see who else is joining us for Future Network Shorts. Be good to go. Oh, by the way, tell me what you've been doing while we're waiting. And if you're just joining us, yes, you're joining us for the Future Network Shorts. I'm Michelle Peterkin Walker, and I'm going to be talking about my project, The Politics of Plants. That was run in 2019. So only a few more. So as I said, yeah, we're waiting. Another joinee, whoever you are, welcome. Yeah, for the people who are with us and who has just joined, we're just giving it a few more minutes, till about 5 minutes maybe. Ah, nice. A few more minutes for some more people to come and drop in and stuff. And don't forget to let people know that even once it's done and recorded, you can pass it on, share it, tune into it once it goes virtual and not the live stuff. Forgive me if I'm watching all these different things on the screen. Yeah, it's my first Instagram live. Can you believe it or not? So yeah, it's all new watching Wagwan. What? No one shared with me what you've been doing with your day. Okay, climbing and climbing slowly and steadily. If you've just joined, we're just waiting for a few more people to talk about the Politics of Plants project that was done in 2019, a collaborative project. So sit in a bit more, enjoy the plants you see in the background. As you can see, I'm a plant person. House and everywhere is full of plants, and some of the projects I've been involved in earlier were involved in our local gardens. And if you didn't know by now, you can tell I chat. I chat a bit, which is a good thing for now. But let's hopefully I'll stick to the 20 minutes and go to my next appointment. Okay, a couple more minutes, bear with me. A couple of more minutes, we'll go about 4 minutes past 5 past, if that's okay with everybody who's tuning in. And I hope it's not too boring. So, yeah, look at the shapes, look at the colours, look at anything else. And for those who don't know, Michelle Peterkin Walker, you might know me as Akoma Arts, you might know some of the work around as Reclaw 3. That's the kind of banners I go underneath. Also Journey Productions when I was doing video, or still do video. Yeah, so we're just waiting again for a few more people to come on board. A few more people to come on board, and then I'm going to start very shortly. Let's see, gets to 4 minutes or 10 people. Let's see what comes first. I'm counting. Okay, I don't know how to do that. Love hearts, whoever's sending them. I don't know if I'm not scrolling to see. Sorry, my people, I'm just so slow. Hello, and all the waves. Oh, nice one, people, so hailing me up. Nice. Oh, cool. I'm glad you like the plants. I love the plants too. Okay, well, we've got more than 10, so let's make a start if that's okay with you all. Hey, right back. And if I don't see you, my apologies and stuff like that. Ooh, done fat finger syndrome already. Let's start. My name's Michelle Peterkin Walker, and I'm a visual artist. I've got a background in video, but for the last 4 years I've been working as a self-employed artist, doing photography and graphic design, and literally turning some of my designs into greeting cards, framed art, and t-shirts, and yeah, and selling them where I can on markets and trades. And obviously I get involved in doing projects and other forms of creations, and Politics as Plants is one of the projects that I did in 2019, and it was a collaborative project with the ISM, International Slavery Museum, Granby Community Land Trust, and Blooming Green Triangle, and Kingsley Community Primary School. And in short, it was a project where I wanted to create an installation of African symbols, artwork in the community gardens around Granby. So that was in a nutshell what it was. So let me backtrack a little and just go slow. Apologies if I talk too fast and I ramble. It's one of my little pitfalls. Right, so I'm an artist, and I got involved in doing Politics of Plants mainly because I done a video workshop for the winter garden, and in that workshop we looked at the whole resistance idea and what plants meant to people in the LA community, and from that we cut a small series of footage go forward through Steph and ISM, and the video work that I'm usually involved in, I got to meet a wonderful lady named Dr. Julie Augusto. If you don't know her, please check it out. Dr. Julie Augusto. She works at the Brown University in the States, in Washington, I believe, in the Center for Study of Slavery and Justice. And in that, when I met her, I mentioned the politics of plants. She talked about her liquid knowledges and her whole research into enslaved African gardens and plants and knowledge, and the knowledge that can come out of that. And then this idea kind of snowballed. So she spoke about thinking through knowledge, thinking through plants. That was it. Thinking through plants and the knowledge of that, that is gained from it. And she's done a series of lectures and talks. And we arranged a mini residency with CLT and ISM, as a knock-on effect of that meeting. And some of the information she shared just was really inspiring, just refreshing, and yeah, she just encouraged you to explore plants and the narratives and the knowledges that can come. What she done was talked about cosmograms, or the Kongo Kingdom, or it was something that I actually happened to zone in on. The cosmograms in the Kongo Kingdom and the knowledge what came from that, from the Bakongo people. So, politics of plants, and in a nutshell, politics as plants was the idea to create these cosmograms, these Dikengas, within the within the gardens of Granby, LA, all these community gardens. So let me show you what a cosmogram is. Let me see if I remember to do this stuff good. Show me a video. Cosmogram. This is one of the Dikenga cosmograms which we stylized when I've done some research. I wanted to recreate, and part of not only recreating them in the gardens, we also recreated them in the as small pieces of artwork that people could take home. One of the things I was interested in was the knowledge of spirituality that comes out of it. And cosmograms are all through Africa and its traditions, but I like the idea of the knowledge that came out of the cosmograms and obviously the gardens and then the cosmograms, to do with the spirituality, the history, and in what way I could really share that with the rest of the community. So I was particularly interested in those cosmograms, and even this stylized one. Yeah. And the idea behind the cosmograms is that you might have Christianity or your own religions, but Africa has always had its own spirituality. So if you look on the image, what you can see on screen, it's a circular image with the 4 cross points in it, and it shows you a procession of information and knowledge. So let me go back to this one. It kind of shows you where you fit into the cosmos and how you fit into everything. So basically, you're born, the black bit as a star, working anti-clockwise. Born, you grow, you become an elder, and you go into ancestorhood, and basically that's death. But the belief is that you go into the everything and the all. So you either go into the plants, the cosmos, the air, or you're reborn through your children. So that was the idea. But it's a very sacred symbol, and there are many, many levels of knowledge that come with the cosmograms and with African symbolism and stuff like that. It's very deep, but I'm just going for the basic level. And I wanted to basically to share this knowledge, what I'd learnt about, with our community or with people in general, and celebrate my ancestors and celebrate our culture and bring forth that knowledge. Let me just quickly go back to the cosmogram, because if you look at it, it reminds me of the cardinal points of a compass, or even the sundial. Even the sundial. So in that respect, people can kind of relate to it. So one of the things we did, as I mentioned before, was I wanted to recreate it, but also have people explore it where we could get to talk. So we've done a series of workshops in Winter Garden, ISM, which I'll show you, and people got to create their own cosmograms, which was very cool. So it was another layer to this whole knowledge and also creation. And what it was, I wasn't stuck on the fact that people had to make a cosmogram or a Dikenga, but they could create anything of their own. Sort of major creations came out of it. But let me just show you some of the creations. What we done with the cosmograms or the Dikengas, people could make their own in the workshops, or they could make anything else that they wanted to. And I really loved some of the creations that came out of this and the conversations. that you could have, and just the knowledge that you can share, and obviously the joy that comes out of creating things and making things, which is really important because um, this project for me was very enjoyable for many aspects. I'm a digital artist, so it kind of moved me away from the technology, never mind the phones, computers, cameras, digital creations, and was very tactile. So we got to create in the workshops, work with semi-precious gemstones and crystals. And as I said, the project was very tactile. We got participants to get involved in making not only their own Dikengas, but also coming down with us on site and creating. This is the one that we created in the Millennium, and they worked alongside a whole group of children, adults came and worked alongside, and yeah, we created this cosmogram. Well, we actually created three cosmograms in the Granby community gardens. They're permanent. One's in the Winter Garden, one's in Kingsley School, and another one's on Millennium. And yeah, they're permanent fixtures. One of the things that we wanted to incorporate with this project was the healing aspect. So not only recreating the knowledge, the Dikengas, sharing the knowledge and the culture that comes out of that, but also the healing aspect. People may not know that Liverpool is the oldest African community in Europe, and for that reason, the whole triangular trade impact on us. As an African, an African born in Britain, we're always about relearning and reclaiming our culture. So one of the things, it was about recreating the symbolism, but also the symbolism of the triangular trade. Oh, I can't quite see it on this project, on this image, but it was a triangular procession that we actually went on when we done a libation ceremony as part of the healing. And it's basically, the triangular trade was to represent Africans taken. My ancestry is from the Caribbean, Jamaica, in fact, with my parents, and then obviously us all here in the UK, and it's kind of a symbol of our peoples over these areas. Um, and as I mentioned, the healing, we done a libation ceremony as part of this healing. So we actually got a priestess to come out with us, and whether at the Winter Garden or at or the other sites, we had a priestess come and do a libation, which was just to honour the ancestors and call upon and remember people. It's because of them why I'm still here and surviving this whole resistance issue. So when people like Dorothy Kuya were mentioned at the libation, it was really emotional because she's a pivotal person in our community, and she's done a whole lot. So let me show you, which I find I glossed over, some of the Dikengas that we actually created. Yeah, I was flashing back. I was flashing past some of them before. As I mentioned, that was the one that we created at the Millennium site. This one was created at the school, and this is one that sits in the Winter Garden, and within it, it's a natural organic thing, so you'll notice the plants and stuff growing in between it, because that's how it would have sat actually in the gardens. But one of the things I wanted to do with this is to where they were hidden in enslaved African gardens, and people could remember, okay, they were from the Congo. But I didn't want this thing hidden. I wanted to be open, to be seen. It was a contemplative space, and people can still use that place because it is healing and the resonation of the stones. The stones, nearly forgot. Right, the stones. I mentioned we use semi-precious gemstones, and it was something that we also use in the larger Dikengas. So, and one of the features, like, it was really cool to listen to Mahu talk, was that part of the feature of some of the Dikengas is that they used broken bits of pottery from the slave masters' houses and stuff like that. And one of the things that was very cool with this one in particular, we were able to work with Granby Workshop and get some of their excess pieces and add it as a feature to recreate the uses of this broken pottery. Um, the stones came from all over. We had stones from uh, Africa, Brazil, basically from all over the world. Let me show you the stones. Let me show you the stones. Uh, I noticed time's going, that's why I'm kind of rushing. We had the stones, right? The stones, not even just stones, crystals, yeah, crystal stones. Chose them because of their healing. We had a variety I researched because they were beautiful, but because they're healing. Aragonite Sputnik, Jodes. Some of these crystals all made up to Dikengas, and we used them. And when I say it was a real tactile project, come on, look at the black obsidian. How cool is that? Rose quartz. Now, for people, and the Madagascar amethyst, all rough. And these are what a lot of the Dikengas are made out of. And they had a resonance. They were chosen for their resonance, their healing, and their beauty. And I guess the thing that got me onto using the healing crystals was another creation I had. I made argon pyramids many years ago, and it was the idea of using these pyramids and the energy and the resonation what I wanted to keep when I was also reworking this idea of the Dikengas and the stone representation. So beautiful. Yeah, it's still functional because it's contemplative, and it was in this way that I wanted to kind of incorporate all these different things into 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 the project. Now, I really like this project, honestly. One of the things I liked about the project in particular was the participation. It's really nice to be involved with people and see how they respond to your ideas, the things you're making and creating, and take their involvement with it. Whether it was the people who helped me create the actual cosmograms and bring this healing energy, whether it's the people who got involved in coming on the procession, the libation ceremony, but also for young people. I love the fact that we got to make and break and create. So having the young people break up as I mentioned, the tiles from Granby workshop and then recreate them on the Dikenga was really cool. And this whole contemplative aspect was really real. A young person, after we finished making them, she just kind of sat down in there and was just chilling, which I really loved. This is in the Resilience Garden on Granby at the Kingsley School. So it really does have an effect. One of the other things about interacting with everybody was that it was a project that was for families, so we could all come along and just intermix and play and do what we do. And, to hear some parents talk about they got to do a nice, calm, relaxing project with the child together was really nice. So the project that, yeah, many benefits and many joyous things and feeling for me in that respect. And I guess I always want to give shout outs to the people involved, like Steph, CLT, the Blooming Green Triangle in the school, and all the participants. And obviously, the Arts Council for funding the project, because it wouldn't happen right now without them. But also to give a shout out to Dr. Jury for what she inspired us, because she inspired many artists or many people just by hearing their talk. But also a lady named Pauline Myers, a performer named Pauline Myers. I went on an artist retreat for yeah, black women, black artists, black creatives, and she encouraged us to how you express yourself and share your own narrative. Be comfortable talking about your own narrative in your own way, and it's valid and it's relative. And it kind of was me exploring this whole step, and yeah, this whole exploration. And as I said, it moved me from the technological stuff to something real tactile. But I guess everything's real cyclical, much like the cosmograms in nature. Why I say that is because I actually went back to creating video art, or I'm going to be exploring video art, and that's the idea of why I say things are cyclical. Excuse me, cyclical in nature. The project started from a video project with the Winter Garden, and then it moved into this installation project, very tactile, and then it's going back to video again, which some of the footage what I shot with Dr. G, Dr. G Augusto. I'm going to explore that, share that, and see what other inspirations can come from and with that. So yeah, that was me in the Politics of Plants project. What else could I say about it that I haven't rushed through and said already? Yeah, it was And it was just cool. Nah, seriously, it was cool and enjoyable for what it is. And I like sharing the knowledge and learning knowledge. Even for now, when I have to come and do this Future Network short talks with you all, um, it made me go and obviously just revisit it. But and the knowledge is ever growing and increasing. You know, when we talk about that, we have to relearn and reclaim. You know, I found a piece of information that talked about the Dikengas forming the basis for the Ankh, which I never knew. You know, I also learned about cosmograms being used in the Underground Railroad with the maps and so forth. So when we talk about knowledge and how we communicate it, it's really true. And this all came out of um, just thinking through plants and gardens. So that's me for the politics of plants, because I'm mindful of time's running over and we do have to have some questions if there are any questions from anybody. And let me see if I can scroll up and find you all. So yeah, are there any questions from anybody? Is there anything you wanted to know about the politics of plants? There's probably things I've missed out here and there, but yeah, it was really cool and I enjoyed doing it. So let's see. Gosh, fat finger syndrome again. Anything. So I can show you some more of the stones that we used. There's a beautiful stone that we would um peacock ore. Come on, go on. Nice to see you. Just missed it if you haven't been on before, but yeah, and I probably didn't see you shouting me out. Large up for everybody for tuning in, you know. And will it run again? Yes, it will run again if you tune into Future Network. Oh, sorry, duh. So dumb. I'd like to run something like it again. What I really want to do with where I'm at is constantly explore the African symbolism and ancestral spirituality in some ways. Right now, I'm going back into doing video art or exploring video art some more. But some of those projects that I've run, like the Cosmogram Dikenga, the miniature making ones, we're going to be doing them sometime again in the winter garden when that opens up. We did do a few of them just before COVID came, and yeah, we're looking to do them some more. Oh, do you like the? Oh, look, that's one of my favourites. Let me show you what's one of my really gorgeous ones. Oh, not this one. Azurite. Oh, look at this. I really love things that play with light. I forgot to mention that. I'm African, man. I'm black. I'm bling. We like the bling. So I love things that shine or reflect in the light, whether it's the artwork that I add the glitter to or playing with stuff like this, making light boxes as part of the artwork. Yeah, I like how light plays with things. I guess because we are the children of the sun. And I'm very much a sun worshipper. Um, yeah. Cool. So I'm not sure what else I can say about politics of France. Next questions. Oh, promo. Can we buy any of your artwork, t-shirts online, which you mentioned? Yeah. Hit up Acoma Arts. We're on Facebook. You'll see us. Facebook, Twitter, etc. But Instagram and Facebook, you'll see most of the artwork. And I do bespoke pieces. So if there's something you really like in particular, hit me up and I can produce that for you. And yeah, I've been doing it for about 4 years as a self-employed independent artist, and I'm kind of loving what I do right now. It's an experience for me to be free to be. But thank you, and yeah, I can't thank you enough. I didn't thank Metal Liverpool for having me here. You know, it's been good chatting with you, and I thought I'd be really more crazy and or really more uncomfortable than I already am. But it's been really cool. So thanks for making me feel comfortable, welcome, and for allowing me to share my time with you at Politics of Plants. Oh, thank you, bless Gabrielle. Appreciated. Yeah. I know it's mindful I'm probably going to cut off and stuff like that. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to chip and go and do to my next interview, my next Zoom. All right. Well, have a blessed day, people. And hopefully I'll be checking you out soon. Oh, thank you, Kamala. That's lovely. And yeah, for anybody we haven't linked up, it'd be really nice where we can to find a link to meet up and stuff like that, where we can in safety and distance, and let's not play about with all that. But yeah, it'll be good to see and stuff. But Appreciated for the feedback, honestly, for my first Instagram live and everything. It's really heartwarming that people tuned in and even to give the feedback and stuff. I was a bit weird in the beginning, as I said. I don't actually like being in front of the camera. It's so weird when you do video or you shoot people, but I've got to be like everybody else. So many thanks, and I'm gonna be off right now, and you'll see me again. So have a blessed day, folks. All right, bye. Okay. And then here's where the techno goes. Right. How do I end?